For each of our applications in Office, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Access, as well as Windows 10, we will have work that is a simulation training and a simulation exam for that assignment. What these will do is these will open up new windows for you, and it will have you work in a simulated environment. So let's go ahead and open this up. You'll see that it's going to open a new window. Now I'm going to shrink this down so that we can see everything. All right. And there we go. Oh, come on. There we go. And this will be your screen. This is what you'll be working with here. This is all a simulated desktop. You will not, this has no effect on your computer or anything you're working with. You will see that it has several pieces to it. So you have your bandwidth status. So you can see if it has a low bandwidth, that's going to affect your performance. But you have steps here. So this is step 1 of 25. And it'll give you my instructions. Now these can be multiple steps. Whatever is in bold right now, you'll see, is the instruction for the moment. Anything you're supposed to type in is generally going to be written in blue. You must type things in exactly as you see them, with or without periods. You need to look at your context. So for this case, sign on to Microsoft Windows using the account for MyITLab user. Enter MyITLab1234 as the password, which we will then do. And I'm going to hit enter. At that point, it says, yes, I've completed that question. We move on to the next question. Question 2. You'll see it has attempts remaining. It'll tell me I have 5 attempts. After I do not successfully complete the step 5 times, it will then force me to go into training. You'll see in the exam, you'll have 5 attempts. After that, this step, question 2, if I fail to do it in 5 attempts, the entire thing, not just each piece, then I will get that question incorrect and move on to the next one. But you'll see here, I have the first sentence, display the home page in the settings window, and then the rest of it is now grayed out. This shows me that this is another 1 or 2 steps. I won't know until I move on to the next one. So display the home page in the setting window. Well, if I didn't know, I'm going to sit there and I can try different things. But if I do it wrong, it's going to tell me that it is wrong. But I also have what are called learning aids. And learning aids, in some cases, will have read. They will have watch or practice. Watches will show up some videos relating to the topic. You can see the topic here is personalizing the desktop background and lock screen. I prefer using the practice, which will then take me step by step through what I need to do.
On the taskbar, in the notifications area, click the actions.
I just follow it through. It says practice is complete. Now I can do it for myself. There are multiple ways in most programs to be able to complete the task. You saw that it just asked me to do it this way. I can also choose here and say, okay, open settings. They both will work. I've completed that. Now I have my next step. Change the desktop background to show the picture butterfly located in the pictures folder. Again, if I'm not sure, I can just say practice. Now it'll come up.
In the settings window,
as you can hear, it's trying to talk. I can actually turn that off if I want to, but I can do that if I can read it.
Choose your picture. Click browse. Click choose picture.
And it's done. And I can try it for myself again. And then move on to the next one. Change the lock screen image to the Bahamas. So again, browse, Bahamas, choose picture. And then close the settings window. And it'll tell me that I'm fine. Now I can start this and I can conceivably save it for later. I would not recommend doing that for the exams, but in the training, that's fine. Like I said, you can stop the training, you can come back, you can start over again as many times as you want. When you are done, though, click the submit button to put it in. Generally, you've got a series of steps that are going to go with. If you start doing something else, for example, I'm supposed to use the search box. Well, I start clicking the recycle bin. I'm going to tell me, you saw it comes up down there, incorrect action, and I have the action remaining comes up. And then finally it says, I've used my chances. Now it's going to force me.
Click in the search box on the taskbar and type shark.jpg. From the results, click shark.jpg.
So, just had something pop up. I don't know what it was. Notice it kept telling me that was incorrect because notice I was typing lowercase shark and it wants me to do capital shark. And there we go. Now I can always go through my learning. I can go through my practice.
Click
and I can also do something here where I can
do and type shark.jpg. From the results,
and I can sit there and I can get out of that by simply closing it. So, depending upon your screen size, these instructions can appear on the right-hand side or across the bottom. It all depends on your resolution. So, you can jump to questions. You can move to the next question. That's fine. If you find you get stuck, especially on some of the programs like Excel, you can always reset your step. What that will do is that will clean everything back up to where you were at the beginning of the step. That way, if you have a problem, if something is not reading correctly, because this is only a program, it is designed to read a very specific parameter, and you do enough things that don't relate to what you're expected to do, the system won't read it. Always try to reset this and see if you can figure out and work through things straight off that way. When you're done, click submit. And it says this is incomplete. I can submit it. If I submit it, it will be graded. So you can see that I have here, it's gone back to today. Let's go to, you can see that did not score properly. Now what I can do though is I can view my submission. And I can see what I did. You can see here, the one I just did, I only did a couple of steps. I tried earlier and I got 50%. If I click on the assignment here, you'll notice that nothing's happening, but you'll notice I've got the little swirling thing in the corner here. It's thinking. I'm going to be able to see what was each of the steps that I had to take. What was here it is. Searching in Windows 10. Using the search box, search for the file named Shark. You can see that in this case I completed the questions, but there also I can see how was I supposed to complete this work. So you can see that there are different ways to do it, using the keyboard, using just alternate of the screen and the keyboard. But I can see, and if I want to, I can launch training for that set. Basically, for that step, I can go back in, bring up a training screen, try it out, and then make sure that I know what I'm doing. So there's a chance for me to see what I did wrong, and I can try to fix my problem here. You can see now that I did not complete the assignment. I skipped over that one, and then I hit a point where I just, stopped turning them in. Question, launch, assignment, submit, base questions, incomplete. So I just didn't try. And like I said, unlimited times to do this. If there's something in there that you find tricky, write a note. Use your textbook. But if you see it and you have a problem with it, you probably will see it again in your exam. So make sure that you know how to do that.